When Justice John Harlan sat on the Supreme Court, he was called upon to write a minority opinion dissenting with the decision and verdict of the Supreme Court in the case of Plessy versus Ferguson. He disapproved of segregation and didn't think it should be institutionalized that way. I feel the same, of course, and in the 80s, I called upon the University of Pittsburgh to divest from South Africa. However, I was a medical library clerk. I couldn't help but note that the NAACP suppressed my suspicions about the origin of AIDS and what that meant. I was a medical library clerk. I could hardly miss the incoming information or fail to note the political climate in which such information arrived. So, as the time went on, I came to the conclusion that Nelson Mandela and Barack Obama and the NAACP had cut a deal and decided to suppress the information about and the questions about AIDS in favor of a deal for Black advancement. I am by no means in a position to judge whether or not the Black Power circuit or the public at large would approve of that decision. I simply have disclosed the evidence for my views and am obligated to conclude my minority report, my dissenting opinion accordingly. I, of course, don't know that everyone would approve of that decision. The whole point is that the information was never disclosed. So I make it available to researchers in the chance of International Court of Justice prosecution, which I think is called for personally. Now, this is how I became an object of derision, suspicion, and retaliation by the city of Seattle. They came to regard me as a very suspicious person and continued to subject me not only to punishment, but to a kind of peer espionage. One never gets used to that, and it is in fact evidence for my concern, and it reinforces my dissenting opinion.